boyfriend has been throwing away the lunches I cooked for him.
Are they stanky?
Pre the vid, my boyfriend, 24 male, worked about an hour away from home. I, 21 female, always woke up at 5:30 a.m. so I could pack him fresh lunch before he left at 6:10 a.m. By the way, this comes from Throwaway Should Cook, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. And I'm Angie.
I'm Dakota.
I'm Keon. Oh wow, that's really messed up.
I didn't do it.
No, I hear things.
I stopped myself. I'm sorry.
No, I think I stopped you from saying it.
Keon is a goose,
Yeah,
and a goose has no name.
I apologize, Keon.
No, it's okay. This is only the second time you've done it in 2 weeks. you're 2 for 2.
It's always like right after I come from downstairs.
I don't
That's
think
my
you do
excuse.
this. No, I don't think you do this with Riley. That's fine. You know what? That's okay.
But we're here to give good advice goofily. We don't have all the answers. We just know what we would do in these situations. Let us know what you would do in the comments. So OP says, I packed for him because he was having some rough time at work and I knew he didn't get along with a lot of the people there. I did this 6 times a week for a year and a half.
Now, I have a question. Why don't we pack the lunch the day before? Yeah, I know.
That's a good idea.
I know you said fresh lunch, but like 12 hours, 6 hours, same lunch.
I mean, he's probably going to go put it in a fridge, so if it's something that can be reheated or it doesn't need to be heated.
Why don't we stop waking up at 5 in the morning to make lunch when we can just make lunch the day before?
Problem solving. Now, near the vid, he got promoted, and a month-ish after that, work went online, so I didn't have to pack for him. Recently, I've become friends with one of the gals at the office, and we call each other now and then. During our conversation, our Christmas call yesterday, I found out something shocking. My boyfriend had been eating work lunch that the job provides, instead of my lunches.
When I think of work lunch, I just think of like a big ladle of just goop, just slop.
They have a lunch lady.
Like the food they ate in the Matrix.
It's the no. It's like the 10-day-old like square piece of pizza that just is disgusting and a little milk carton.
Like a SpongeBob close-up shot.
Yes, I was thinking of that, but I didn't realize it was SpongeBob. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I asked her how long he had been eating in the job cafeteria, and she told me from his card logs that he's been eating there every day for a year and a half. She said that the card provided lunch, and when he got lunch, it would notify her machine, and there has been notifications every day for the entire time I've packed for him. That's insane.
Why hasn't he just been like, I eat lunch at work. You don't have to pack my lunch. I appreciate it, though. You're so sweet.
Yeah, it's so easy to do that.
You've wasted a year and a half's worth of food for lunch?
Yeah.
On lunch?
That's
I'm
insane.
so confused. Why?
There's an little edit. FYI, I didn't ask for her to snoop on the logs. I didn't even know that she had the logs. It was just a natural flow in the conversation to ask, how long was he doing that? After she told me he's been doing it for a while, when I said, for me, I meant that she did it because she was invested in the situation, and she said, I looked it up so you can know, but not because I told her to.
The OP's just trying to be like, yeah, I wasn't being like, give me all the data, tell me exactly when and where and how many times. It was just like, it was just part of the conversation.
Yeah. I got off the call fuming. I cooked at 5:30 a.m. 6 days a week for him, and he threw it away. Then my rage turned into humiliation. I don't know, I felt so embarrassed that he hated my food so much that he would eat work lunch instead. Now I feel betrayed because he could have been honest, but he wasn't. He would always bring his empty lunch bag home and tell me XYZ was pretty good and stuff like that, but I know he has never eaten my food before. That sucks. So he's just doubling down on all the lies.
Maybe he's like giving your lunches to someone else that he works with, and they're like, yeah, no, the meatloaf was good today. So he's not fully lying.
He's relaying the message.
He's like, just like says under his breath, like, from what I've heard, yeah, the meatloaf was pretty good today.
Right.
According to Kevin. Yeah, I don't know. This is a weird lie. This would make me feel weird about my partner.
Yeah, I'd feel very weird for sure. My friend said there was no area to eat aside from the cafeteria and that he never brought food there. I feel like crap. I prided myself in being a good girlfriend and cooking for him, but now I know that meant nothing. What do I do? And there are some comments. What would you do, Dakota?
talk to your boyfriend about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be, maybe your boyfriend does like you enough to where he's like, I can't tell my girlfriend her cooking is.
Yeah.
That's a hard
Yeah.
thing to tell someone right to their face, or it's like, yeah, hey, that's toxic waste.
Right.
I can't eat that. I'd rather eat the goop slop.
For a year and a half is tough, though.
Yeah.
Like in a year and a half, you could figure it out.
That point, I'm just like, so have you been lying to me? What else have you been lying to me about for a year and a half?
Yeah.
What else have you
believed it.
been keeping to yourself?
Right. Yeah, conversation is definitely in need here. Noah47 says, what the F? So he couldn't tell you he doesn't want your lunch? The frick is wrong with him? Absolutely right to be angry. OP says, I know. My anger isn't from not liking my lunches, which, you can totally just tell me, but from not telling me anything. I'm wondering if there's something wrong with me which made him not want to tell me. IAche says, from his card logs, so you got her to go look up this info during your Christmas call? Or she just already knew that info, which seems weird for a human to just know. Just wondering how this came to be. I would ask him whether he really has been eating them. Maybe there are factors you don't know about, or yes, maybe he was afraid to tell you. That sucks, especially with all of the work that you did. Sometimes people think the stupid things matter and ignore the important parts, thinking that they're doing a nice thing. I think talking to him about it before getting wrapped up in hypotheticals is the best course here. OP says she's the secretary/office manager, and she makes sure no one uses the cards for something that they're not supposed to. I think she kept her work phone with her that had a record of everything, and she kind of snooped in it for me. Yep, I'm gonna wait till he's not busy and confront him about it. Till then, I'm just going to be slightly paranoid. I'll update his response. Another commenter says she could be fired for that.
Boo.
I don't know if that's true. It's not like a HIPAA violation.
Yeah.
I feel like, and I mean, OP explained it
Sensitive
earlier
information.
too. Yeah, it's just like, did he eat lunch today?
You've exposed the eating habits of your fellow co-workers, and for that we sentence you to 5,000 years in the pit.
In the pit, not prison, not
Yes.
anything else. The pit.
We send you into the hole in the ground that we dig every day.
Yep.
Gets a little deeper.
They have to shovel and throw it up 5,000 feet into the air.
Yeah.
However deep this pit
It's
is.
tiered. It's tiered. So there's one person with a shovel at the bottom, and then they scoop up to the next
Got it.
level, and they scoop that.
Got it.
It's
They
a
have to
scoop
catch it.
train.
They have to catch it in their
Yeah,
shovel.
that's how you're graded based on how many points. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
I like it. I like this idea. Also, did he ever ask you to make his lunch for him every day, or did you just do it? It seems like he was afraid to tell you the truth about a fairly simple thing, and based on your reaction, I'm understanding that a bit. Even though he is 3 years older than you and should have been mature about confronting you, if he never even asked you to do it to begin with, I could see why that's a little awkward. Also, that you're so close to his colleagues that you're video chatting is a bit more than I'd be comfortable with, but that's just me. Opie says he complained a lot about having to eat with people he hated, so I started making food for him. But I chose to make food for him. Also, I didn't ask her to snoop on his logs. I asked her since she seemed like she knew, and she chose to tell me the logs on her work phone. I didn't ask her to check up on anything, but she told me. I don't think he's too uncomfortable about me knowing his work friend because he would sometimes pitch in and out of conversation or bring down some gifts that they would give me, but who knows? Another commenter says, maybe he's eating 2 lunches? OP responds, not really a big guy, but he's not skinny. He has a healthy appetite, but I think it's humanly possible to eat the whole butt lunch, which is pretty filling, right after breakfast. And me too, I'm bamboozled/madboozled.
I'd never heard Mad Boozled before.
Me neither.
It's a world first, Mad Boozle.
Madboozled.
A maboozle.
Yes. Very interesting. And there's a comment containing what OP makes for his lunches. OP says he rides the subway and it's prohibited from eating on the subway.
And nobody breaks that rule.
No, of course not.
No one has ever broken that rule.
I actually didn't even know that was a rule. Good thing we don't have subways down here. Also, I have a hard time imagining him eating on the commute. My soups and pastas and eating so much right after breakfast, which I make sure is filling. Missing some commas there, but that's all right. But we do have an update. Little bit of spoilers there if you read it, but what are our thoughts so far on this man?
I didn't see whatever that was.
Great.
I really hope that he's not
Yeah.
giving his homemade wife lunch
Yeah.
to some kind of pretty lady and saying, "Hey, I made you lunch today."
That would be crazy.
I really hope he's not doing that.
Oh my gosh. The like good way that I could spin this is if he like on his subway commute he found like a homeless person and would feed that homeless person since he can't give the homeless person the work lunch.
Right.
That's the only way that this could be kind of saved right now.
Yeah.
The lying is still an issue, but I hope it's not yours for the sake of OP, but for the sake of drama and a good story, I kind of hope that you're right.
No, I hope you're right. I think if he's giving it to a homeless guy on the way to work and then on the way back, he tells you, "How was it today?"
Yeah.
And the guy's like, "Dude, those green beans.
Yeah.
I love me a green bean, baby." And he's like, "Yeah, the green beans were
Like,
good
all
today."
right. Relaying the message. But we do have an update. He did throw away his lunch.
No.
Yes, the entire time.
No.
Dang it.
Come on. Ugh.
And he did it because he had to fit in and he ate with the other workers who ate the cafeteria food. And that's why he got to smooch his way to a promotion.
What?
Wait.
I'm sorry. Did you mean schmooze? Was he kissing everybody at lunch?
He's
Just
they're
little
all-
smooth. Mwah.
they're-
Do I get promoted today? We'll talk about it tomorrow, Jenkins.
They're all eating the like very garlicky pasta and then smooching each other with their garlic breath. Like, you
Babe.
must eat the garlic first.
You just don't.
You pass the test, you get promoted.
Yeah. If
You don't get it.
If you don't smell like garlic when you come into my smooch, then I know that you have failed me and that you're not determined enough to work at this company.
My work culture is highly competitive and very unique. I can't really explain it. You wouldn't understand.
You just gotta let me do this. That's insane.
You just need to cook with more garlic, OP,
I guess
so he can kiss all his bosses with garlic breath and get his
He can
promotion.
lie. Yeah. He said that the office environment was pretty cliquey and he didn't want to ostracize himself by eating special lunches. He didn't tell me because he thought at first that it would be a short-term thing. Then he said he didn't want to put me down and sound ungrateful, so he just kept pushing it back until I found out. He said he would have told me sooner or later, but I'm pissed. He did sometimes eat my lunch coming back from work, but oftentimes he would throw it away or give it to stray animals near the park outside our home. He's like, we can't let this soup go to waste.
I wouldn't eat this slop, but I'll give it to the varmints.
Yeah, the geese in the park need the taste of my wife's soup.
I must feed geese soup.
I'm being a good Samaritan, helping
a
our
good
environment.
Goose Samaritan.
And now he's
no,
like Snow White.
A goose Samaritan.
Goose Samaritan. Yep.
Yeah.
I now picture him being like Snow White when he like prances into this park, and then all the birds and squirrels and geese are like, "Oh my gosh, and then he scoops the soup into his hands.
Yeah.
And holds it.
He takes a little flute out of his jacket pocket and he goes, and then all the animals start coming over.
And the sun comes out, and they eat from his hands.
It's soup.
That's
They
what he
eat
is.
just runny, drippy soup from his hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
imagine.
what a mess.
But
Every day, my husband comes back home and his hands smell like soup.
his hands smell like soup. I thought that meant he was eating it, but
I just thought my husband ate soup with his hands. I was going to leave it alone.
right. There's also like a weird squirrel stench about him. I can't place it.
Yeah, he keeps on having to go to the hospital to get rabies shots.
Yeah.
I don't know. He
Don't know what's that about.
says there's a squirrel that keeps biting him on the train, but I find that hard to believe for the 9th time.
Because I don't think a squirrel would have enough money to buy a subway ticket.
Yeah. What does a squirrel got to do on the subway?
Yeah. But I hope he continues. But I feel like he's just saying that to make the situation sound better because he said it after he told me that he never ate my lunches. He's like, but babe, you don't understand. I'm feeding the forest.
Nah, I'm feeding the forest. And also, I was going to tell you eventually, just not ever right now.
Right.
Now that you know, I'm telling you, which is proof in the pudding, which I don't eat.
No, maybe he does eat the pudding with his bare hands too.
Bare hands.
He eats the pudding.
Yep.
Like, no, never mind. I'll let that one.
But
Yeah, it's gone.
we would never lie to you when we tell you that you can listen to full episodes of stories just like this one on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or whatever your favorite podcast app is. Just search OK Storytime.
Do it, 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 do it.
And we do have a second update.
Yeah.
I say we jump right in.
I'm jumping with joy.
Jumping with joy. Update number 2. Y'all, I was ready to make my decision, and I told him to tell me anything that he was not telling me beforehand, and he told me something pretty deal-breaking. I mean, this is a man who couldn't tell me that he didn't like my food, so a huge debt was too big to talk about. LOL. I mean, we weren't in the best situation, but yeah, he had some other issues, and I'm not dealing with that. He can go to a therapist to sort out whatever issues he has if he wants to. It's better for him anyway. It's a win-win to everyone in the comments. People who told me that he was a no-no, win, break up. People who told me that I was cray-cray, win, break up. Also, I made this little collage. I would be
There's
very
a note
curious.
that describes the collage.
The collage is made up of horrible comments being OP's fault, a bad cook, or a bad girlfriend.
Maybe I shouldn't bring that up.
Wow.
Yeah.
A collage of people being like, actually, you're a bad girlfriend for waking up at 5:30 in the morning to make your partner breakfast every day.
Do you guys want to see the collage?
No.
Okay, because I'm thinking it's like one of those word collages where it's like
It's just a bunch
it's
of
like it's
comments.
all the words, but it's like the bigger the word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like the more
And he's
common it
yeah,
says.
Yeah, the more
whatever.
common it is, the bigger it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy's in debt,
I'm
and
imagining.
he's a stinky little liar. Because even his excuse doesn't sound right. Like, work's a little clicky, and like, if I came in with my own lunch, I don't
Yeah.
know. It's like, I wouldn't have got a promotion. It's like, where are you working?
Like, wouldn't you be proud that your girlfriend is making you food? You could still eat with them. And you could
Pretty-
just be like,
yeah.
yeah, my girlfriend made me food.
It's a pretty funny collage. Not even really a collage. It's just like
All right, show it.
Show
it.
I
you
just like I like
tease.
the bottom image. Hold on, let me get.
Show it, you little teaser. Of course,
Let's
you like
see
the
it.
bottom image because you've got a bottom on you.
I'm imagining like a bunch of videos that are like showing the hateful comments, and then it's like they're singing like "This Is Me" on it or something, or
This is
like
me. What is that?
that's from
Sing
The
that
Greatest
song.
Showman. Like it's like "This is me," whoa, or it's something about like born. Wait,
That's not a collage.
I know it's
You're-
it's
That's
yeah.
not a collage.
don't get me started on my DMs and the 4 persistent people in my DMs.
It literally said I have a lot of time on my hands, which I think you can compile this literally in 10 minutes.
Yeah, power of AI nowadays. You sure could. But
Just people being like, "You're a bad cook and also a woman, and I hate you."
yeah, it's like, well, you should be cooking anyway because that's where you belongs in the freaking kitchen.
Yeah, actually, as a professional guy who knows all the things ever, you stink at cooking, and also your boyfriend is way hotter than you, and he should be mine. And
Yeah.
also, you suck.
You suck and you make stinky soup.
Yeah.
No one would want to eat anyway.
Yeah, from Reddit user Fart Blaster 89 89 89 89.
Yeah.
I blast farts all day long, and you stink.
You're a sticky person, and that's coming from someone that farts all day. Oh!
Yeah, get owned. Get wrecked.
You're wrecked, dude.
Get wrecked.
What did you guys have for breakfast today? Y'all are
I'm
Y'all
just
good?
saying, man. I'm just saying.
This is just how we be.
Dude,
We
did
just
someone
had
just say
Cup of silly geese.
did someone just say silly sausage in the chat? Are you
Silly sausage.
was that a
Was that a
Smiling
Smiling
Friends
Friends
reference?
Is that?
yeah.
Which episode is that from?
From Silly Samuel?
The first episode.
Oh. Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. I'm remembering now. Yeah, that was
It's
in a
not
breakfast
funny.
casserole.
I'm making silly sausage on the hood of my shitbox Corolla. No one takes me seriously.
I came around on Smiling Friends. I hated it with my entire being at first.
Yeah,
And now I
Yeah,
miss
and then,
it.
And
Now
then,
I want
and
more.
then your brain grew 10 times
yeah.
that size.
Like you
I
got
don't
you
know
got
if it
Grinch
grew.
brain. You got Grinch brain.
I think
Yeah.
it might have shrunk.
No.
And that's why I was like,
I think
Nah,
maybe
silly, silly.
the brain expanded, but then like the space between the neurons got wider. You know,
yeah.
it's like it didn't get bigger; it just got less dense.
Right. And in between, it's just the like, like it's
Yeah,
just
that's pretty good.
Thank you.
Uh,
I've been practicing.
I've been practicing.
My whole
My
life I've been waiting for
skills.
this bit.
While you were out partying, I was studying the blade.
All right, we're getting the next episode ready.
My boyfriend's spicy role plays turned me off.
Not matching each other's freak right now.
Hi, I'm Kaylee, 25 female, and my boyfriend is Sam, 29 male. We met through a mutual friend on a night out 5 years ago. I really liked him as soon as I met him, and he really liked me back. We became a couple pretty quickly, and for the first year, things were great. By the way, this comes from user Cheating RP, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. I'm Dakota.
I'm Angie.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily to you, but we also don't know everything, so, think about that. And also, if you know things, tell us them in the comments. Tell us your story. OP says, we moved in together after 7 months. To be honest, we haven't had many problems in our 5 years of being together. Only one major fight we had when I was 23, and we broke up for about a month. Nobody slept with anyone else or flirted or anything like that. We both just became pretty depressed without each other. At the 2-year mark, he bought the game World of Warcraft. A lot of my friends play it, so I wasn't worried, even though I did know how addictive it is. He started playing all the time. Literally all the time. If he was busy raiding and I made dinner, he would refuse to stop playing and eat. If I wanted to watch our favorite show, he wouldn't come to watch it. He preferred playing than having spicy sleep. He would stay up until all hours of the morning to play and skip work, too. I had to voice my opinion on it eventually and told him I hated how he was constantly ignoring me for the game. I thought this was a really exaggerated way of playing. He told me he didn't really care and he was having a really fun time with his guild friends and told me to butt out of his gaming life. Dang, I'll butt out of your whole life.
I have a feeling where this is going. Is the roleplay gonna be one of the World of Warcraft characters?
Oh.
Can you imagine? He wants to do nothing but play World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
And if
24/7.
and if he starts like initiating or asking for some sort of roleplay, it's like, babe, how about we bring my World of Warcraft problem into our bedroom?
More like World of Warcraft. Yeah.
That would be a pretty hard sell.
That would be crazy.
Babe, the only way you're gonna get me away from that video game is if you're the video game.
Yeah.
And I play you.
Yeah.
Yes, I'll be Scoreblock the Destroyer, and you will be Indalina the Magus of Bindleshire.
Sure.
Were you like
No.
heavily into
No.
WoW?
Yeah, as a child.
You're still a child.
I actually was thinking about that the other day, that that's definitely a big reason why my brain is wired the way it was. Because
Shocking.
I discovered World of Warcraft at 9 years old, which is basically like giving a 9-year-old, like, crack. Like that was unfair.
I have nothing to add. I have no personal experience.
I was furious, but I let it slide for some strange reason. After about 2 months, I told him this was going to stop or I was going to leave him. Hooray for me! He canceled his account. It came from him, so I was over the moon. Things got much, much better. He didn't play again for a long time. In fact, he just reactivated his account at the beginning of the year. His friend bought him a game card so that they could play together again, and because he seemed so excited to see how different the game was, I didn't comment on it. things weren't as bad as they used to be. He plays now quite a lot, but definitely less than he used to. He prioritizes a lot of things before the game now, like me, work, dinner, and TV shows. I was pretty content with the way things were. He only played 3 hours a day max, and I had my own things to do in the meantime. That was until yesterday. This was when I found out some seriously effed up stuff was going on. I was sitting next to him on my own computer while he was playing, and I decided, why not watch him play? Uh-oh.
Horde or Alliance, Dakota?
Am I a Gryffindor or a Slytherin, my guy?
You're a Hufflepuff.
What? No, for the Horde. Perhaps get to know the game better and try to understand why it's so addictive. Boy, what a bad idea that was.
Oh boy.
He was role-playing. I'd heard about roleplay before, but I never thought he'd be the kind of guy to do it. I actually find it rather odd, but I'm a very supportive person of the phrase to each their own, so fair enough. I asked him what kind of roleplay it was, and he told me he was just in a market in a city called Silver something. I don't know, I've forgotten.
Do you know it?
No, he takes it very seriously. He was buying apples or something because his character was hungry. Okay. He then got very into detail and started explaining every kind of roleplay he does. He must have thought I found it interesting or something. Then he told me he also likes something he calls ERP, which is spicy role-playing, I believe. So explicit roleplay?
Or erotic.
This is, yeah, I was going to say that, but this is when, you know, when a girlfriend or a partner asks their boyfriend or their partner and they just get really locked in of like, I'm going to be very vulnerable right now. I'm going to tell you everything about the thing I really love right now. And it's going to be 5 hours, maybe 5 days.
I did that with an ex once with Dark Souls Combat.
I did this with Halo the other day with Carly because she asked me, because I did like one of those like 1 minute video things of like, this is Halo. And she's like, wait, so explain like what tattoo you have, who does Keith David voice? And I went on like a 20-minute rant without even like skipping a beat. And I went, okay, hold on, I got to stop. I'm going to out-dork you right now. And she's like, no, that's been done. You're done.
It's too late for that, but
Has Riley done that to you? With like at least like basketball or something?
He actually recently, we watched a lot of YouTube videos about Fallout and about like the details of all the different vaults and stuff.
Oh, see? Yeah, shout out some of those crazy vaults.
They're actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
We went into some other video and I wasn't that interested in that game. I don't remember what it was though, but I was like, whatever. And then,
whatever.
And then I accidentally said that I wasn't interested in Fallout, got him mixed up, and his feelings were a little hurt. But then we watched more videos on Fallout, and then I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, Fallout's pretty cool.
It's the thing where it's like, he's going to come, like, this is my boyfriend. He's going to show you his collection, and you better like it. You better hype him up.
Yeah, you better be nice.
You hype that man.
Okay. I sort of just stared at him in confusion, like, you're role-playing spicy sleep in World of Warcraft? He admitted he's into that, and his character is actually quite a ladies' man. I froze. I asked specifically what he emoted, etc., and he showed me some screenshot examples. I can't tell if this bothers me. I can't tell if I think it's cheating or not, but it's up to me to set boundaries for myself, so I'm confused. I didn't like the fact that he was emoting all these spicy things and even going into detail about his rusting, etc. A thrust of the sword! Yes, my character is quite the ladies' man. And no, never mind. I'm not gonna say that.
I have a lot of questions before I can form a full opinion on this.
But I also feel like a fool because they're cartoons.
They're not actually cartoons. They're computer graphics that are generated by a GUI.
No, I'm just kidding. I don't even know. I don't even know if that's right.
Dakota's admitting something to us. He's being very vulnerable today.
Yeah, okay. The girl on the other side of the screen might be a fat, ugly man. So, should I really be mad? I do consider it in some form cheating because he is getting a little spicy and imagining doing spicy things with another woman. He told me he has jorped it over these events a couple of times.
I like that you're
self-pleasured, my guy.
I like that you're censoring a word that probably would be censored anyway. I don't know if the algorithm can catch up on
He told me he's
Self-pleasuring.
he told me he was jerking the gherkin.
No.
Over these events.
Why? Worse.
He told me that he has done the bad touch. over these-
No. You're getting worse and worse.
Keon gave you a perfect out.
Self-stimulating, my guy.
He told me he was choking the chicken over these
Stop
events.
it.
He told me
We need to move on.
We need you to say the right thing.
I think Jorpin is fine.
It's Jorpin time.
Whatever. Ew.
He told me that he did some Mighty Jorpin Power Rangers over these events. He told me
No.
You said it like 10 times.
You can move on. We get it. It's okay.
What did he say?
It's pertinent information,
We
Andrew. We need to know.
We know what he said.
I don't think we do.
We do.
Apparently, some girls have told him he's great and that they've been
Great. Now you've... Congratulations.
Pleasuring.
Are we going to have 10 more tries here?
that they've been just, can you put just a beep over me right now? Just a boop. That they have been fanoodling themselves over my boyfriend's keyboard skills. Blech, I'm pretty torn. I walked away from my boyfriend after telling him I thought it was pretty weird and considered it a form of cheating. He yelled after me that I was being silly and that it was in no way cheating. Just really weird. What would you guys do? And how do I tell him to stop? Is this really weird or am I overreacting? And there are some comments here. But do we have some thoughts?
I do. Quite a lot. At first, I was thinking like, okay, well, if he's just playing pretend, playing to go buy some apples, just let it, that's just part of the video game.
He literally started like, yeah, I get really into it. Like, my character eats an apple.
Yeah.
I'll eat an apple.
I was like, okay, this
Okay.
is innocent.
He's like, I'm just buying apples. You have no idea what I'm going to do with these apples.
Oh, you're listening? Let's open Pandora's box right now.
Now that this is totally cheating, this is just straight up like cyber spicy sleep
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
he's doing right now
Yeah,
with random people.
100%.
Totally.
Oh, boy.
You're being silly.
Oh, no.
You're being silly, my girlfriend.
It's not the same. In the world, they're
Yeah.
like
It's-
my girlfriends, but like in the real world, you're my girlfriend. So like,
Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if in his head he was like, when she sees this, she's going to start playing with me.
Yeah.
I'm going to get her into World of Warcraft
He's
with
gonna join in.
with my crazy apple talk. Anyways,
This is terrible.
we've got some comments from ArcXIII. If it makes you uncomfortable, he needs to stop. Anything spicy done with another person online or in real life, I would consider cheating. Especially since he's not just role-playing, but actually touching himself. Zen Little Platypus says, fairly sure it doesn't matter how he feels about it. You feel like it's cheating, and that's a boundary for you. If you don't like the behavior, he either needs to agree to change it or you need to walk. Double Moral says, I would consider it as cheating. Replace the interface of World of Warcraft with something else like Facebook Messenger and it would be spicy texting. He is obviously getting some level of spicy satisfaction from this and is taking part in spicy activities with others. Having a layer between you in the form of WoW characters doesn't make it innocent or okay. And there's an update from a month later. Did they break up because of his wowing activities?
wow.
Sorry, babe, I can't. I'm wowing right now. Oh, I'm wowing.
And then you just hear him in the other room like,
I'm about to-
wow.
I'm about to
Wowie.
wow right now. I'm
Wowie,
wowing.
wowie, wowie, wowie.
Babe, I wowed.
Standing in the doorway in the middle of the night. I wowed.
I wowed. Girlfriend, I just wowed.
I wowed.
Can I sleep in your bed tonight?
Okay.
Yeah, I would hope that they break up. This is cheating. This 100% is cheating.
A guy can't have a hobby.
It's like, babe, it's not me. It's actually Darth Smith, the great and powerful.
Babe, I'm doing this for us. You know how much I could sell all these apples for in real life?
Yeah.
Someone's going to buy my account because I got so many apples and so many girlfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm saying OP got into WoW and just got better than him at it, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And there's an update. Let's read it.
Boy.
It's a month later. Hey, not sure if you remember me, but here I am again.
Oh, we remember.
We remember.
We remember.
You can read my previous post if you want. So I appreciate all your comments very much, and it sincerely helped me a lot when it came down to confrontation. We spoke about it. He explained to me that he didn't think he was cheating because he isn't feeling for the women in the game he ERPs with. Just his character does. Yeah, but you're your character, you dumb idiot.
It's not me, it's my character.
I am angry at you for being so stupid. It's not
insane.
me. It's Gorlock, the warrior prince,
Yeah.
who's doing all this stuff. I am just simply a vessel for his spirit.
Wow, you're gonna be mad at a video game character? Pfft, that's very silly of you, girlfriend. Wow.
Now, at this point, I'm pretty fed up with all this role-playing crap. I told him his character isn't effing real. He shouldn't be feeling anything for anyone because it's an effing cartoon. I told him he was basically having spicy sleep chat with someone else, and that is definitely infidelity. He was more shocked at the fact that I insulted his roleplay than the fact that I was accusing him of cheating. He wasn't having it, and he kept insisting that it wasn't cheating. It's his character's spicy sleep life and not his. Honestly, like, removing all of the infidelity aspects, I'm just breaking up purely because of that perspective. That you've given your spicy World of Warcraft roleplay character a life of its own in your mind. I'm like, I'm never physically touching you again.
Yeah. And now I also have an issue with the fact that you're peeking in on your character's privacy. Did he give you consent to do that?
Yeah, did Gorlop the warrior man, did Gorlop the warlord conqueror,
Yeah.
is he the one,
Does he know
is,
that
is he the one, does he inhabit your body while you do the jorpy time?
does he know that you're watching him? Now you're just a creep. Watching Jorlop, whatever his name is. His intimate relations with other women.
Gorgop the Magnificent. Oh, yeah. Okay. I explained if he was acting this same way with someone over text, it would definitely be cheating. So why should it be different just because it's in a game? That question led up to him explaining for over 2 hours the concept of role play. Now, I respect anyone who role plays, to each their own, but come on. He was basically giving me BS excuses at this point, telling me that he only wanks it because he thinks these blood elves or whatever are better looking than anything he has in real life.
Rude. Wow.
Dude, World of Warcraft graphics are that good, man. I haven't played it in a long time, but it can't be that good, man.
It's like I'm not into smooth people. I'm into pixels.
Yeah.
I'm into
Give me that
choppy.
18-bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This is so bad for this guy, man. Okay. I see. How can I ever compete with a bunch of pixels, right? Yeah. So I decided to go undercover.
What? Why are we still entertaining this?
Yeah.
Wait.
She's going to get in there and be
Wait,
like,
was I right?
she'd be like,
I think you might have been.
Gorlop, your sword is weak. He's going to be like, what? She's going to reject him in World of Warcraft.
Yeah, there you go.
I wanted to see if he would go along with it if a girl were to start talking out of her character and hit on him, not the character. At this point, I was still very determined to save our relationship, but after the following events, it wasn't gonna happen. We did ERP without him knowing it was me. I ran to my best friend's house who knew the situation and borrowed her World of Warcraft account. I have to admit, I think she was a little confused, but she understood how I didn't want to just let him go. No, she was being a good friend, but she was like, babe, you gotta leave. What are you doing? It's already time to leave, dude.
Yeah.
He's like, Gorlop is a fully grown man who has rights.
And urges.
Gorlop is real to me.
he has feelings.
And his needs are real to me.
I feel like this friend just really wanted to see the tea. I probably would do that. Be like, this is crazy. You should definitely break up with him, but like, why not?
Let's
Let's
have this happen.
Yeah.
After the ERP, where I've never felt more dumb or idiotic in my entire life, I tried asking more in-person and out-of-character questions. He told me he was single We didn't break up, though. He told me he was fit and goes to the gym regularly, and he's actually a pretty big guy and never ever goes to the gym or does any exercise. He told me he would love to get my number and perhaps we could meet up at some point. I was shocked. I've never felt more stupid in my life. I thought maybe this was just a phase. Maybe he really liked World of Warcraft, but no, he was legitimately out of character cheating on me.
You can keep going with this then. You can make plans to meet up, and then OP shows up, and then just lets him have it.
Yeah, you should make plans to meet up in some like far away place, and he'll give you the excuse like, "Oh, I got like a trip with the my buddies that we're gonna take, and blah blah blah." And then after he goes on a trip to friggin' I don't know Nebraska to meet this non-existent person, you just move your entire life out of wherever you are.
There you go.
And you're gone.
And you're gone.
There you go.
We gone.
Sorry, I was just role playing as your girlfriend that whole time, and then I stopped.
Right.
But after a few more questions and answers in detective mode, which I'm not going to mention because it makes me feel sick, I logged off quickly and walked home after thanking my friend. And, of course, updating her with my new information. Once I got home, he was still on his PC. I was too upset to speak. I really loved this guy, and he's so easily just thrown away what we had over a game. I can't even deal with it. This whole month has been horrible. And honestly, like, I don't think he's throwing it away over the game. I think he's just cheating on you. Like, it's not, he would be cheating on you in real life if he could, but he can't. He can only do it as Gorlop, the warrior man.
Yeah. And there's just the added factor that he has some sort of like detachment from the real world and can only cope by pretending that there's this fake world is real.
Yeah. It's just like watching a 28 car pileup.
Yeah.
It's just bad.
It's just bad.
I miss him so much, but at the same time, I hate him. And I hate World of Warcraft. Even though it's definitely not the game's fault, he did what he did and became who he became. By the way, you can become someone who listens to full episodes with stories just like this one on your favorite podcast platforms, like iHeartRadio, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts. Wherever you listen to podcasts, just search OK Storytime, and you can listen to over 3 months worth of stories just like this.
Yep.
Yeah, we've got a little more story here. This is good news. This doesn't feel like good news, but this is good news.
This is good news.
Because, you know, if he would have ever found himself in it, he's just going to cheat on you.
Yeah.
He was going to cheat on you. He can only cheat on you in this in a game. He's cheating on you in the game.
Right.
And if an opportunity ever presented itself to cheat on you in real life, he'd do it.
Totally.
Yeah. OP, I would say this is the one time where you can say, don't hate the game, hate the player.
That's right. You got to hate the player. We got to hate the player here.
We got to hate the player.
OP says, all I can say is that he changed a lot over a few months, and it's sickening to think about it. I broke up with him the morning after and didn't really give a reason, even though he could tell something was up with me. I just said I didn't want to be in this relationship so much, and he said he saw it coming. I took my things and left as soon as I could. All my stuff is back at my parents' now. I love that he's like, yeah, I saw it coming. Something about you telling me that you considered what I was doing cheating on you was telling me that you're probably going to break up with me because I said I would not stop.
I had an inkling. Gorlop knew. Because he's like really good at like discovering these things. We were having a really in-depth conversation about our relationship.
Gorlop has a really high intelligence level, and he actually had a message from the great beyond, the Aether plane, and he told me that you were gonna break up with me and that you were smelly. Thanks, Reddit. You did help a lot. I think I'll be taking a break from dating for now. And we have some final comments here. It's pretty common for ERPers to let their characters' feelings flood over into real life. When I was a role player on World of Warcraft, I encountered a lot of people who would use their character as an excuse to have naughty chats with other people, even if they had a SO or spouse. And boy, do I have some stories from my RP days. Some crazy crap goes on in those worlds, and ERP just makes it worse. Another comment says, as a WoW player who also RPGs in the game, who happens to be female, this happens to me a lot. I can't tell you how many times someone has found out I have run airbags and all of a sudden they want to have my number. I've actually had to contact Blizzard support to get some of them to stop pestering me.
Good luck with that.
All the while, I'm sitting there in my sweats and PJ tank top without a bra on, just staring at my screen like, I could be a dude with a wiener tattooed on my forehead for all you know. What the F are you doing? And there's an edit. I think you did the right thing. I've never been that addicted to the game. I enjoy it for what it is, but dang, man. Enjoy a good real-life relationship while you have it. A third commenter says, my ex-girlfriend did a similar thing. She was cybering with the whole guild. And while I was at work, she had no job. She would talk to these guys all day long. The final straw was one day, a package arrived for her. It was a Valentine's Day gift from the guild leader.
Oh.
We fought, and that's when I was made aware of her activities. So that's when I cut the internet. We broke up not much longer after that. I was naive and thought we could work it out. This game has ruined many a relationship. And while I'm very sorry this happened to you, OP, don't let it sour your view on dating gamers in the future. Ice is Cold says, you missed a great chance to F with him. You could have given him your number in-game. And OP says, my best friend said the same thing. I was thinking about it, but honestly, I was in no mood to play around. It wouldn't have been fun, and I've heard enough BS excuses for one day, and didn't want to hear how he was only going along with the ERP because he knew it was me. Good idea, though. When someone said, this is fake, how did you find your ex in the game? OP says, whether you believe this story is real or not makes no difference whatsoever to me, but I figure I should explain how anyway. I know his character name, Gorlop, the warrior man. He uses it as a username for basically everything. I know he's always in Silvermoon City, and after we added his character name to her friends list, this was confirmed. We added his character to her friends list on her main just to see his whereabouts. Now, I know nothing about Silvermoon, but my best friend Sophie does. I've watched him play while I've been doing my own hobbies on my own laptop next to him, so I know he hangs out in a certain place in the city. He's got a corner he hangs out on. Like, yeah, if you want to get jiggy with Gorlop the Warrior Schlonger, you head on down to the corner of 8th Street and Pixie Lane.
All the best babes are at Silvermoon, babe.
All the hot babes come to Gorlop's corner in Silvermoon City.
He's like working the corner and it's like the red light district
Yeah.
in World of Warcraft.
He's got like, his character is wearing like
a big fur coat.
just the clothing of a lady of the night.
Yes, exactly.
Just a big buff warrior dude in like a G-string.
And fishnets. Yeah.
I was worried about how to find him and which character to use when Sophie told me it was possible to make a level 1 elf and run to the city, only taking about 10 minutes. She did that for me. It was hard finding him. I never stated how long it took in the post, but we did. And he was in the inn, which is a place I've seen him in before. We approached him and the roleplay commenced. Simple. Guys, if you don't believe this post, just ignore it. It's hard enough without idiots trying to catch me for being a liar. Thanks for your comment anyway, though. And I know he only has characters in the realm Moonglade. And no, they don't have each other as friends. They've always disliked each other. And that's the end of the story. And just a little tutorial for how to stalk someone in World of Warcraft.
Yeah. Now you know.
If you're looking for Gorlop, head on down to the Moonglade server on the corner of Big Boy Lane in Silvermoon City.
Wait, Keon, can you see when this post was made? Because I wonder if someone could log into World of Warcraft and find him.
Yeah.
Still playing it?
We probably could.
I feel like it's possible.
Anyone playing World of Warcraft, go find this guy.
Yeah, go find him right now. Pretty
but
please.
be nice to him.
Yeah, be nice.
Don't be mean to Gorlop the warrior man.
6 years ago.
Oh, he might not be in Silvermoon. He might have moved on up.
We're the shot.
He might be in, I only played the Horde. I don't remember any. I think Silvermoon City's on the Alliance side.
Oh,
Dude,
sorry.
Stormwind?
No, sorry. It was deleted. This was about 11 years ago.
Aw.
World of Warcraft was so much fun. It was so much fun. I had no business playing that game the way I played it at the age I was playing it at.
Yeah.
I was on like before Discord existed. There was like I can't even remember. It was like a voice chat app for like World of Warcraft or like any games.
Yeah.
But I'm like 11 or 10 years old in like a 30-person like chat because it's like there's these places you go where you need like a bit like they're like done like, you know, boss levels essentially. It's like you go in somewhere and you have to like get to the end and all the enemies are way harder.
Yeah.
So you have to go in with a big giant group of people.
Oh, I see.
And that's what like a guild is for.
Ah.
And like I'm in the chat like I'm refreshing
Icy blast.
And
Wait up, guys.
Just with like a bunch of just grown adults.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah, and you know what? I've never got like harangued or anything.
That's good.
Like I definitely got way more harangued playing like Xbox. Like, oh my God, Call of Duty lobbies. The Call of Duty lobbies were.
All the anger was let out.
I mean,
or was it inappropriate?
We will never see their like again.
No, that's never gonna happen.
They literally made it illegal.
Wow. My ex's family thinks they should control my son's birthday, so I retaliated.
It's our birthday to control as we wish.
And this comes directly from the r/okstorytime subreddit. Bit of context and backstory here. I have 3 kids. 1 female, 2 male, female 6, male 4, and male 1. 2 of my kids are from a previous relationship, and while things didn't work out between us for many reasons I'd rather not hash out here, I tried to co-parent peacefully for my kids' sake. By the way, this comes from Just Too Tired for It. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit, and we just might read it just like this one.
Yeah.
But I'm Angie.
I'm Dakota.
I'm Keon.
And we're here to give good advice goofily, but we don't have all the answers. We just know what we would do in these situations. So let us know what you would do in the comments. NOP says, for the most part, my kid's father and I do get along pretty well and make decisions regarding our kids after consulting with one another. However, when he gets around certain people, all of a sudden he has issues with everything. The main one being his brother-in-law, who sadly just has a poor view of what he thinks should happen in the world. I'm coming up on
That's such a nice way to put that.
Yeah. Poor view of what he thinks should happen in the world.
Yes. Fortunately, all his thoughts are bad and wrong.
Yeah. I'm coming up on my son's 6th birthday, and I know people say the kids aren't going to remember the parties, etc. I get it. It's just for me, just as much as it is for them. I love to throw big parties to celebrate my children's milestones, especially birthdays. The smile I see on their face is my reward, my thank you, my whole world. Now, on to our issue at hand. I'm trying to plan this party, and I'm so excited for it, but I got a call this morning that my ex's brother-in-law doesn't want to drive past where they live. My ex doesn't have a car. I've never minded giving him rides to our kids' events or anything else for that matter. We've been friends since childhood. The issue is that he thinks I'm going to change the party plan or what I'm paying for our son so that his brother-in-law and his 4 kids can be happy, all while getting upset with me for saying, hey, my fiance suggested this and says that we could afford our part if you'd like to do it with us. Now he says that I'm letting my fiance run things, basically. In his eyes, I'm being pushy or an a-hole, though he didn't want to say it that way. I simply explained that he just threw in ideas that were along the lines of what I was already thinking of doing. I do work, but I have a chronic illness that keeps me from having a full-time job, so I consult with my fiance since he's helping me pay part of my things. He also helps me daily to raise these kids while my ex spends the weekends that he can with them. I don't judge him on what he can and cannot do at the time. He may have extra work or just may not have the funds to take them a weekend. I'm fine with this. I'm their mom and they're just fine with me. We will find fun things to do. But he doesn't like my fiance giving input all of a sudden because he's around his brother-in-law, yet expects me to move the party to accommodate his sister, her kids, and his brother-in-law not wanting to drive. They live in BFE, Texas.
Beefy, Texas.
Is that what it is?
No.
What does that stand for?
I'm going to say big front
end.
Big front end, Texas.
Cool.
Beaufort Ford.
There's 2 common meanings.
Oh.
First one is base flood elevation, or the second one is back 40 elsewhere or middle of nowhere.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. Middle of nowhere, Texas.
If you've ever been, you know anything fun or interesting is at least an hour to 2 hours away. I currently live over an hour from them, and I don't mind driving this extra time so my kid can enjoy his day. But he really thought that I was going to change it all up so they didn't have to drive. So instead, I told them that they could throw their own party, and now he's upset about that as well. I just feel like there's no winning here with this. So a small list of things I do that isn't required of me at all. I send snacks and clothes with my kids to take to their aunt's house with them when they stay. I've gotten their kids' clothes because they were taking my kids' clothes. Oh my gosh. I've offered to help them clean their house, which I do for a living. I pick him up from where he lives and drop him off so he can spend his weekend with his kids. And when I pick up kids, I usually give him a ride home as well. I deliver medicine in the middle of the night because even though she has kids in her house, they keep no medicine or antibacterial items for cuts and scrapes.
That's insane. You don't have a medicine cabinet?
I feel like that's important.
Like, you have to drive 2 hours because
Right.
we need Neosporin.
Yeah, for our children that constantly get hurt.
And we will not be buying any
No,
after this.
no, of course not. Why would you?
You already have it. You've got all the Neosporin in the world.
I also have to remind him that our children can't drink sodas without it physically hurting them. I have to ask them not to allow my older 2 kids, since those are the ones we share, ages 6 and 4, to be in the street where cars drive, and they clearly don't care that kids may be present because I've caught them playing in the street alone with no supervision.
That's where kids are designed to play.
Oh, man.
In the street, unsupervised.
Yep.
Let the strong survive.
Oh, gosh.
I gotta say, though, I was tickled at the thought of those kids drinking a soda and they're like, so good.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or they might like drink it too fast and then they're so bloated with all the carbonation and they're like,
like that.
my body.
Like, what was the girl who it turns into a blueberry in Charlie and the Chocolate Fairy?
Yeah.
She gets all
I
big.
forget her
She
name.
turns into a big old blue. You know, our kids can't drink
Veronica's
soda.
the
They
one.
turn into big old blueberry people.
Yeah, come on.
We gotta
Or-
roll them out and they get all flat.
Yeah, or it like the drink that Charlie drank where he starts floating with all the carbonation and he has
Yeah.
to burp to get himself
They
down.
make our kids sick with floating disease.
When they're out in the middle of the street, I can't catch them. There's no ceiling out there. They just go up and up.
It's really hard. It's hard to be a parent this day and age.
My mom has given him rides, paid for his hotel, etc. before. I do all the party planning, buy all the food, make the cake and frosting myself. I buy extra gifts every year just in case he ends up with a small check and he can claim that they're from him. I'm happy to do this so our kids just see happy parents and a happy child. That's all I really want. And all I really want is for you to listen to full episodes with stories just like this one on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or whatever favorite podcast app you choose. Just search OK Storytime.
Yeah.
There is a little bit more to the story, but yeah, you're doing a lot for your child.
Yeah, I think, I mean, you literally offered the proposal of like, okay, well, you can have a party there too. And he's like, oh, God, was that also your fiance's idea? It's like,
yeah.
no, you're just, you've got problems and I'm trying to give you a solution, my
Right.
guy.
Because he probably doesn't want to do that because he doesn't want to plan a party too. So he's just like too lazy to plan a party, too lazy to drive to a party.
Too lazy to drive out of the middle of nowhere, too lazy to plan a party in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Probably because it would require driving out of the middle of nowhere to get the things you need for the party in the first place.
Which is crazy too, because if you live in the middle of nowhere and you're used to driving so far for like everything, then why is this a problem now all of a sudden for your son's 6th birthday?
I think it's because they just got beef with fiance.
Probably.
You let your fiance think for you. Why you even have a birthday for the kids? They're too young
Right.
and stupid to remember them.
You found a guy that like treats you right? Blah.
Disgusting.
Boring. There is a little bit more to the story though. OP continues on a list of things she does. I stuff party favor bags and buy and stuff a giant piñata. These kids will have fun at anything that I put together for them.
Yeah, I will say piñata is top tier fun for the children.
You gotta have a piñata.
Piñata.
They will remember.
Piñata was always like, it's go time. It's go time.
There's
when
always,
the
like,
piñata's out.
A plan. Like, oh, we're gonna go to this party this year. I'm gonna get this piñata.
Yeah, dude.
New strategy.
Piñata's out party.
Yeah, there you go. So really, am I the a-hole for saying that they can just pay for it and do all the work themselves instead of worrying about what they want to do? Because it's either get on the boat or swim for me at this point. I also acknowledge that I'm a giant pushover and do way too much for others. I'm working on this, hence the reason for this post and the reason that there is so much here. Sorry if it doesn't all make sense. I'm just so flustered right now and don't understand why they think they should get to control my son's birthday when they aren't his parents, but are simply manipulating his father into what they want. And that's the end of that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so. I was really thinking that the father was carrying these opinions too, but I guess that makes sense if like the aunts and uncles are also like,
Yeah.
we don't want to drive.
Oh God, we have to drive. Why don't they have to drive? That's
Yeah.
so unfair. Let the baby drive. They've
Tori-
had a whole movie about that. It's called Baby Driver. Hello.
Hello, I didn't see it, but
I
like
did not see it, but clearly
Pretty
I
self-explanatory.
think I know what it's about.
yeah. Toria Bumgarner said something about, oh, heck no, she's enabling him. I think it was up a little bit. But I mean, honestly, it is nice that she's admitting that she is like a people pleaser because it
Yeah.
does definitely seem like she's doing a lot of unnecessary things.
Yeah. It's good. OP's got the awareness of
Yeah.
the chronic people pleasing, the CPP.
CPP. She's finally seeing the PP.
She sees the CPP.
yeah. First up is awareness. But that's the end of that story. We've got some comments here.
Yes, we do. Comments from the video. My wife is getting too close to her male friend.
Uh-oh.
And this was posted on July 23rd, 2025. TLDR for the first story. OP notices another man in their pickleball group getting way too comfortable with his wife, especially when OP isn't around. Over time, the guy flirts and touches her clothes and compliments her looks and openly admits his attraction, while others in the group notice it too. OP trusts his wife but feels the behavior is crossing lines, but she brushes it off as harmless and says if the guy wanted something, he would have tried already. Now OP is worried this slow burn is becoming something more, even if his wife doesn't want to see it. And if you're curious to know the full story, you can go watch the full video.
It seems to me
I remember that story.
that he has tried it already.
Yeah.
He's saying, I'm
Yeah.
attracted to you.
That's the whole thing, is it's like, yeah, he's been trying
Yeah.
and failing.
I really hope that this wife isn't thinking, well, if he really wanted me, then he would do something without my consent.
If he
like,
wanted me, he would abduct me.
he would
Hello. If he wanted to, he
action.
would.
just, yeah.
If he wanted to, he would.
And we do have some comments from that video. Starting off with Abigail
Abigail.
Oberhauser 1420. Sorry about that, Abigail.
Oh, dude, that's a nice name.
Overhauser.
Abigail says, I feel like with the first story, she just wanted her husband to defend her and tell the guy off at first. I don't remember that much, but
Well, that sounds toxic.
It sure does.
That's like the same energy as like the girlfriend who just like goes and starts fights when you go out
Right.
for you to win.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, oh, I just figured you'd want to defend my honor. It's like, stop making your honor fight people.
yeah.
Stop it.
I don't want to get into these fights, all right?
No. No more.
And another comment here by Lexfer54. The group putting pressure on the weird guy to stop flirting with the married woman is a good idea. Some men are misogynist and won't listen when a woman alone asks them to leave them alone. So, yeah. I mean, I think it was a group thing. I do remember the group was like, dude, this is all really weird.
Yeah, it'd probably be good to like make sure she's safe first.
What a creepy guy.
But then she played it off like, nah, guys, it's cool. He's fine.
You just
Like,
got to show up and
Yeah.
destroy him at pickleball, make him lose his will to play.
What's that one movie?
Challengers.
Thank you.
But this one's picklers.
And another comment here by Artemise77 saying, I'm curious if the wife in the pickleball story actually feels safe with the guy from the team who keeps flirting. There's a big difference between telling someone off if there is any concern for safety versus if there isn't. For women, it can be a lose-lose situation where trying to be polite and gentle about things doesn't get the point across or encourages the guy to keep trying. But being assertive/aggressive in rejecting a man can get a woman physically hurt. I definitely don't think we have enough information from this story to tell, but I do think it is fair to keep in mind that in our society, it's no secret that many women have gotten hurt for rejecting men.
Certainly no secret. That's why we should all have self-defense objects. Whether
Yup.
they're these or something else. Maybe
To
a
each
can
their own.
of spicy juice. Can of spicy juice to empty into someone's eye socket.
You just give them soda and they're like, like those kids in the last
Give
story.
them a soda and make them float away into the stratosphere. You are the jet stream's problem now.
Yep.
Well, that is the end of those comments.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure she's safe first. I think that's a big issue. But you could always have in the back of your mind, like, is she being for real skis? Maybe she is safe and just lying to me right now. But
Yeah, maybe
play your
she...
cards right.
Maybe she's just incredibly naive.
Maybe.
Maybe the guy's just really good at pickleball and she doesn't want to have to find a new partner who dominates on the pickleball court.
Maybe she just doesn't want to mess with it.
Maybe that guy's pickleballing out every day.
Sounds like it. But that's the end of that story and the end of the episode. So if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you
And
see you tomorrow. Hey, wait a minute. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave. We have bonus stories that we think you're going to really like. So stay tuned for the next one. My wife told me she's pregnant, but she doesn't know I'm infertile.
She's a cheating.
My wife, female 33, and I, male 34, have been married for 3 years, together for 6. She's always been one of the most amazing people I've ever met. No huge fights, love languages match up, and we're both fairly active people, which has been why we've had such a strong relationship. And that's why this is so difficult for me. By the way, this comes from user Throw Away My Spermazoa. And if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. So, we've both been doing well in our careers the last few years. She's in marketing, and I work independently as an IT consultant, allowing me to set my own hours and be flexible. How flexible? We decided last year that we wanted to start a family, with her likely keeping her job full-time and me scaling back to part-time. We've both been anxious but excited to have our own kids. Long story short, I was diagnosed with azoospermia last December. A blockage in the pipes meant I wasn't producing any baby juice. And it's curable with surgery, thankfully. And we finally got it scheduled for July. She has a high spicy sleep drive, and as do I. So we've still been very active. But there should have been no way I could have gotten her pregnant. She missed her period this week. I couldn't imagine that she might actually be pregnant, right? The babies are bottled up until they get the blockage out. She took 3 tests, though, and sure enough, each one was positive. At first, I was stunned because this shouldn't be possible. She's never been unfaithful and never given me a reason not to trust her. I'm not the jealous type either, but I'm literally stuck. The doctor said this couldn't happen. And I can't believe my wife would jeopardize the future we've been so excited for over some fling when we have such a great emotional and physical connection. My wife has been ecstatic. She's given no indication of guilt or worry that she may have cheated. She was so excited when she found out that I didn't express my worries. But she left for work, and now I feel completely torn. What if she did cheat? Looking back now, there are a few tiny things that didn't seem like issues, but now have me racking my brain for clues. Her job often has her taking clients out for dinner, and it's not uncommon for her to get back later in the evening. She definitely had a busy last few months, but that's normal for her job. She always wears one of the same 2 perfumes, but she came back one night smelling completely different. I remember seeing a text message on her lock screen of just a winky face, but assumed it was one of her girlfriends. I don't know what to do. I set up an appointment on Monday to see if there's any chance it could be mine. If it is mine and I accuse her of cheating, I would feel like the world's biggest a-hole. But she's coming home in a few hours, and I don't know what I'm going to say to her. I can't stop thinking of these small things that may have been her cheating, and I just didn't see it. Do I wait until the doctor appointment Monday before talking to her, or do I bring up these insecurities while she's celebrating the pregnancy? I'm worried I won't be able to hide what's going on. I should add, I have been cheated on before. Our relationship has been pretty healthy, but that old fear is creeping back in now. Fair. This is bringing up some old emotional scars, and it's just effing with me. I'm usually never this insecure or uncertain about being straightforward. I think I need to just find some way to bring it up without being accusatory. Please.
Okay. I think it maybe could be good if you waited for the appointment and got double checked. However, I honestly think if you're going to be worrying about it until that appointment, just like sit her down and say, hey, I'm really excited about the baby. I just wanted to talk to you. I'm not accusing you of anything, but you know that I had like the sperm stuff, blah, blah, blah. You could even bring up like,
I don't know. She
tumor.
doesn't.
She doesn't
That's
at all?
that's what I'm saying. She does not know
I thought
this.
she knew.
No, she doesn't.
Oh,
She has
yeah,
no
I would
knowledge
bring
of
that
this.
up. I'd be like, hey, I found out that I'm azoospermic.
Yeah, it's like you need to, and I think you can do it without being
Yeah.
accusatory, but it needs to be like a thing where it's like, so I literally got told by the doctors that this was
Yeah.
impossible.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want to be excited, but because I've heard that, I am feeling impossibly confused right now over
Yes.
what I should be feeling. And I don't want to accuse you of anything. But you can see how after me being told that, I would feel maybe a natural skepticism. Comments. I'd say you should wait for the appointment. Biology can surprise us sometimes, but prepare for the worst case scenario. OP says, should I take her with me to it? I'm weighing the choices between that and going alone. I'm going to have to bring it up anyways. There's no way I can hide this when she gets back. Another user says, I literally just studied this. So although you've been diagnosed with azus, it means that when they looked at your juice in the lab, it didn't have any little wigglers in it. However, you produce a lot of the juice, and the lab only looks at a little bit of the juice, which usually gives a good response. Usually, you would repeat several times before concluding that diagnosis, although just because the lab didn't see any baby juice, it can mean that you had an incredibly low count, so none of their samples from the sample you have showed any. This doesn't necessarily mean that, for example, in the normal processes of a normal guy having the 30 to 900 million little swimmers, it's usually about 15 million per milliliter. It's possible you maybe even 1,000 little swimmers per milliliter and you would still be diagnosed. Yeah, so okay. So this
So
commenter is
basically,
saying
you can
there
have
is still
very little and still be diagnosed. With
It only
azoospermia.
takes one.
Only takes one.
It only takes one. OP replies, goes, man, I hope you're right. I don't remember exactly what they said. But are there any forms that would have a complete lack of a baby juice count? They seem to be convinced that it was completely blocked off, but this was all months ago and I don't remember exactly what they said. And there is an update. 2 days later, I took a lot of what you guys said to heart. I had an ex years ago who cheated on me and it really left a scar. It wasn't until I got more involved with sports and getting in better shape that I was able to move on. My wife and I actually met in a soccer league we were in together. We've had so much trust for so long that I thought those fears had gone away. It wasn't until now that I really started to feel shaken like that again. But I didn't want to let my past get in the way of what could be just a huge blessing. A few people really articulated the right way to communicate my feelings without being accusatory and being respectful to my wife, who's never really given me any reasons to doubt her. It's not uncommon for her to sometimes be home late, and she'll usually go straight to bed. I didn't want to dump this on her immediately and decided to give myself a night to sleep on it. I got up pretty early, just being restless, went for a run, and cleared my mind. I couldn't wait any longer. I made our favorite omelets and told her I needed to talk to her about something. She says, you know, I'm not Ashley, right? She knows me well. Ashley is my ex who cheated. So first, I apologized. I apologized because I let this build up in my head for so long without talking with her about it sooner. What should be a blessing has been nothing but insecurity and fear for me. We talked for a while. I told her how happy it made me to see her ecstatic and excited for the baby. I told her how much I loved the relationship we've built together, and I felt like an a-hole for questioning her loyalty. She had never given me a reason not to trust her, and I still couldn't emotionally get over the thoughts of infidelity because of my ex. She thanked me for telling her and knew how hard it was for me to get over that. She volunteered to have us get a paternity test right when he or she is born, which made me feel better at first. But something still felt off. I honestly don't know why. Something about how she was so eager to get a paternity test and almost not mad at all for having kept this from her. Normally, she would have been upset that I didn't bring it up right away, but there was just a weird feeling I couldn't shake for the rest of my day. It seemed like she was saying all the right things, but I couldn't get rid of this clawing feeling inside of my head. Maybe I'm just being paranoid. Maybe there's a gut feeling that I need to listen to, but
I ended up going to the appointment alone, as we decided it would be good to see if I still needed the surgery. Turns out it is obstructive as I've read so many stories about people who were supposed to be infertile who ended up getting pregnant, so I brought that up and how my wife's pregnancy was affecting me. The urologist thought it would be pretty unlikely that I wouldn't need surgery to have a kid with how mine was presenting. He mainly tried to skirt around the topic and mostly pushed me towards making sure she was actually pregnant. Being there didn't really help. I feel like I just got more uncertainty. She had another night out until 8:30 last night. We talked about scheduling an appointment to verify the pregnancy when she got home. She seemed a little confused, but then quickly agreed. She promised to do it in the morning. I asked how work had gone, and she gave me a kind of non-committal answer about her boss pushing her too much and being stressed out. Nothing huge there, but she did seem just off a little bit. I really couldn't put my finger on it. We were still acting all lovey-dovey, but something just felt wrong, and I couldn't talk about it without repeating the same conversation we had Sunday. I've been trying to throw myself into work to distract myself, but I haven't been able to focus. We have a joint checking account that we'll sometimes move money in and out of, but really only use for groceries or household items, unless we talk about it beforehand. This morning, she moved half of it to hers, about $1,700. We don't do that. She has never needed to do this before. And I checked our healthcare portal. She made the appointment for the time Thursday that I mentioned I was busy working on site. We were supposed to go together. I'm starting to go crazy. How do I bring this up without just having the same conversation again? Well, now you bring it up and you get a little more confrontational about
Yeah,
it.
you're like, hey, what's up with $1,700? What's going on?
I'm looking into getting a second opinion for myself, but I need a litmus test from objective outsiders to know if I'm really losing it or if this seems weird to someone else. We have a second update. I've been trying to center myself. We talked calmly for a bit on the phone, and she claimed she moved the money out in anticipation for the deductible payments she'll have with different visits. I didn't bring up anything else, but she seemed a little impatient with me, probably rightly so, and I implied we'd have a longer talk when she gets home. I'm just trying to not overreact right now. I don't know what to think. This is either a misunderstanding on my side and I'm a father or not. Thankfully, she's not working late today. Update 3.
I literally don't know. It really could go either way. I really don't know.
Why would she make the appointment on the one day he can't go?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? I think that just needs to be a, hey, I noticed that the appointment's on that Thursday. Can we change it?
Can we change it?
And if she goes, no, we can't, it'd be like a, why? But it's like, we can change it. There's literally no rush to do this. We can do it Thursday. We can do it next Thursday. We can do it Saturday. We could do it whenever.
Any day.
Just literally not that day because we have to go together. Update 3. I went for a long run to clear my mind. My wife should be home soon, and I'm going to go into the conversation without judgment, just objectively walking through the facts and why I'm still struggling personally with some of them. Regardless of what happens, I'm done with any confusion left between us. And a note here, OP's asking Redditors for a script to ask his wife. Hi, honey. I was looking at our medical portal to see when might be a good day for an appointment, but noticed that you booked it for Thursday. That's okay. I'll take some vacation and come along. It's too important to be close to you for that appointment. Chat about other stuff briefly, and then, oh, by the way, I noticed you moved $1,700 out of our joint account. Was that for the appointment, or did I miss something? We have some more comments here. Do you have any sick time? Call in sick on the day of the appointment and go anyway. She's technically already kind of agreed to go together, so it makes sense. She can't argue with that. OP replies, I wouldn't want to surprise her, but I think I might wait until she's home and mention I can take the day off and see what she says. Another user says, solid plan. Honestly, I hope it ends up just being a misunderstanding for your sake, and honestly, for my sake, and for everyone's sake. Please, dear God.
I just need it to be a misunderstanding. Please.
It's better to be sure, and it's not as though you're being unreasonable. OP replies, thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to get all my uncertainty out to make sure I don't just act on fear. I'm a little uneasy how popular the post got, even though she rarely uses Reddit. I'll probably have to take this down eventually. Update 4, 3 days later.
I'm scared.
We've got 93% of pollers saying it's cheating.
I don't want it to be cheating. No.
Use the power of manifestation to manifest that there was no cheating in this story.
No cheating. I know it's Reddit. I know it's Reddit.
Come on.
Please.
Come on.
Please.
Come on now. Come on. 3 days later, we finally sat down after she got home last night. I told her everything that was going on, the urologist, the money, the upcoming appointment. I told her how even with all of her reassurances, there are too many suspicious things that are happening. She agreed how everything looked and immediately apologized. She didn't realize how much my last ex's cheating was still affecting me. She knew I was off going into the weekend, but thought we had addressed that. We talked about it Sunday, but I can get pretty internal with all these worries and not show them outwardly. So while she thought we were communicating, I wasn't. We decided to start from the beginning and go through everything together. The money was the real problem for me. She agreed how inconsiderate it was with where my head was at to do that without mentioning it. Apparently, the prenatal visits are so structured that they want you to set up a payment plan right away, and she wanted to make sure it was squared away to keep the appointment. She offered, without me prompting, to call them with me tomorrow to verify that, or if I really wanted, we could move the money back. She does get better rewards out of her account, so it kind of makes sense. We read up on my condition, and it doesn't seem like they're often invincible force fields. It seems like only the actual absence of the vas deferens guarantees complete infertility, so it's possible for some to get through. We're going to go back to the original specialist I was working with last year and hopefully get a clearer picture. It turns out the appointment she made was the only time they had available soon.
That's what I was thinking. That was and I didn't say it before, but my first thought, having just done like a bunch of PT stuff, is like, it's so hard to get doctor's appointment stuff. Just like in general, oh my gosh, I tried to get a doctor's appointment with my doctor specifically, which I mean, I'm sure she would want to go to her doctor or like a trusted something. And it was like months out. And so I had to go to a different doctor. And then for PT, I had to wait 2 months to get into PT. So like that was my first thought, was that this was just the first day that was available.
And that's why our healthcare is the best, because we pay so much money for it.
Anyway.
Okay. She said it was the only time they had available so soon, and she figured it'd be best not to wait. I told her I took off work to go with her, and she was relieved I could join. Okay.
I don't think she's cheating.
Okay.
I don't think either she's a very good actress.
Once again, she said all the right things and seems genuine about getting us on the same page. After going through each thing, I was just wishing I believed her a little more before. She's stressed out with work and when she'll have to take off, but she really seemed to want to go out of her way to alleviate my concerns. She even offered an open phone policy if I needed. We did look at the text I had seen, and it was just a girlfriend. I declined, though. Right now, since I don't want to be that husband, and by the way, you want to be our husband or wife, just listen to us in our full episodes with stories like this on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. Just search OK Storytime and you can listen to them all. I swear to God, if
You're
this story doesn't
joking
have an
me.
ending.
I hate if this
You look for
story
another update.
doesn't tell us whether or not she cheated with definitive proof, I'm going to go crazy.
This has really made me take a deeper look at what's in my past and how that still affects me today. Fire. That was a bar. That guy that's cooking. Even thinking back to this weekend, it was so hard to see in the moment how much all the uncertainty was affecting me. That level of anxiety literally makes you question what around you. That level of anxiety literally makes you question everything around you and if it's real. I think trust but verify is the best way to put it. I was just trying to verify without any of the trust. That's all. This has put a strain on our marriage right now, but I'm feeling more like we're a team again, working towards easing that. She thought that a non-invasive prenatal paternity test ASAP was a great idea, as long as we also get some kind of counseling together. I'm not big on therapy, but I can probably agree that it will most likely help. I'm feeling a little better about everything. It's time for me to hopefully be a father. And update 5. The paternity test came back initially positive for anyone that's going to see this.
Okay, wait, yeah.
That's his child.
It's his kid.
There's no cheating.
I did doubt it, but I never fully was on the cheating train, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud to say that I only doubted him a little bit.
My husband refuses to rehome his dog, and it's ruining our family.
Get the dog a house, all right?
I, 40 female, have been with my husband, 44 male, for 17 years. We've weathered every possible scenario that typically breaks couples apart. Situations that require years of therapy to recover from. Dang. Yet I stayed time and time again. I can't believe my breaking point is a dog, but it has become the ultimate reminder of how absolutely disregarded I feel in my marriage. By the way, this comes from Green Sunflower 17 on the TwoHotTakes subreddit. And if you want to submit your own stories, go straight to the okstorytime subreddit. We have 4 kids, with 3 still living at home along with my oldest son's girlfriend. About 4 years ago, our dog had puppies during her first heat. She's now spayed. We found homes for all but 2 puppies. We decided to keep 1, but ultimately agreed that 3 dogs were too much to handle, so my nephew adopted the second puppy. We were content with our decision. The kids loved the puppy we kept, Dougal, a half Colby Pit and half Blue Heeler mix. He was small, loving, and mild-tempered. Not even a week later, my husband announced that he was driving to visit a friend a couple of hours away, which turned out to be a lie to buy time for an out-of-state trip without revealing his real purpose. When I got home from work, he had my youngest son, 7 at the time, excitedly lead me to his room where my husband and other kids were waiting with the biggest polar bear-looking puppy I'd ever seen. When I asked whose dog it was, they all exclaimed, "It's ours!" My husband hadn't brought home just any dog. He'd brought home a giant Great Pyrenees / Anatolian Shepherd crossbreed. I immediately asked him to take it back and questioned how he could make this decision without consulting me. I knew this would become another responsibility for me, especially since he was still military and deployed 3 to 4 days monthly, plus 1 full month yearly. My opinion apparently didn't matter. The dog was staying. Within weeks, this dog, named Gregor, decided he didn't like Dougal and became extremely aggressive towards him. The attacks weren't warnings. Gregor was out to unalive Dougal. I expressed my concerns and was ignored. This was particularly mind-blowing because our son had been attacked by a dog at age 4, requiring plastic surgery on his face and neck. I wasn't willing to take chances and had to keep them separated constantly. One day, Gregor attacked Dougal so viciously that I had to intervene or it would have ended tragically. Dougal was bleeding everywhere, and Gregor bit me during the breakup. We agreed it was best to return Gregor, but that never happened. My husband wouldn't budge. I ended up finding a new home for our sweet Dougal before he or someone else was seriously injured. My kids were heartbroken. Fast forward to today. Gregor hasn't shown any aggression since. He's become a great guardian, loves the cats, watches over the sleeping kids, and really is the goodest boy. His temperament isn't the issue anymore. The issue is that he's been my responsibility for years. If you know this breed, you know that they are not low maintenance. He's 125 pounds with a double coat of long, thick fur that ideally needs weekly grooming with regular brushing between sessions, which he's not getting. I do everything for this dog. My husband walks him before work, but otherwise he doesn't even ask if he's been walked, fed, or if we even have dog food. Mentioning that he hasn't walked his dog starts a fight. I handle vaccines, flea medication, neutering, microchipping, and boarding arrangements for vacations. But the biggest problem is the shedding. Without regular grooming and bathing, the shedding is catastrophic. I'm not talking average shedding, I'm talking layers of long fur on every surface. Clumps bigger than my hand floating around the floor. You can't avoid being covered in dog hair. You need shoes in the house unless you're okay with slobber and dog hair accumulating on your feet. Gregor won't eat from his bowl. He carries mouthfuls of food to various spots, dropping it on the floor to eat and leaving visible slobber puddles. Loads emerge from the dryer, fur covered. Everything smells like dog. I remove fur from chair legs and furniture daily. Vacuuming has become a daily necessity, taking nearly 2 hours to thoroughly clean our 5-bedroom house with 2 living areas, 2 hallways, dining room, kitchen, and 2 bathrooms. The house is dirty again within hours.
Okay. I have a solution to this.
What's your solution?
Everyone's going to hate it.
I already do.
Say it. Say it.
Not that's, oh no. Gregor's lost. He ran away.
Oh.
Oh no, he ran away.
Oh, no.
Where did he go? At what
Yeah.
point, like,
You do, honestly.
at what point do we do that? Because, I mean, the husband's not doing anything. Can you take him somewhere else? Like, give him a stable home, but just say he ran away somewhere?
Honestly, I feel like that's worth it. You got to get rid of the dog. If your husband really doesn't want that, get rid of the husband. You know? I even have to untangle fur from the vacuum before starting. Oh my God. This consumes hours of my day every day just to maintain basic cleanliness. I can't understand how he's content living this way. I work full time while handling all shopping, cooking, cleaning, budgeting, taking our daughter to multiple monthly appointments and soccer practice, plus yard work. This task has become so time consuming that I can't complete everything that needs doing, much less make time for myself. I'm losing my sense of identity. This house belonged to my grandparents. We bought the estate after my grandfather passed. Over 7 years, I've personally done most renovations, painting, replacing flooring, refinishing cabinets. I want to come home and find peace in the house I've poured so much into. Instead, I dread coming home because of the work waiting. I don't want company over. Fur accumulates around baseboards and appears on dishes. The house smells with claw marks on windowsills and door frames, dried slobber on floors and windows. I can't keep up. It's embarrassing. I've expressed my frustrations countless times, explaining how drained I am. His response? His job is physically demanding. That statement was demeaning. I may not have physical demands, but I work in mental health and special needs. I spend all day caring for people at work, then come home to more caregiving. I'm mentally and emotionally exhausted. I've asked him to brush Gregor weekly and offered solutions. He agrees to be more attentive, but never follows through. I've tested him by slacking off to see if he'd notice and take initiative, and he hasn't. When I tell him he needs to vacuum, he picks up a fur ball or two. He just picks it up. That's not vacuuming. He waits until I start vacuuming, then acts angry, claiming he would have done it before trying to show me funny videos while I'm cleaning his dog's mess. Recently, I asked him to look at the dining room floor, fur piles literally resembling a blanket under the table. I calmly said, I want you to see this. Tell me if you're really not bothered living this way. This is where we eat. His response? What would you have me do about it? I asked if he was serious and suggested he take responsibility for the dog he insists on keeping. I vented about being burnt out and he said nothing. When I asked him to acknowledge that I was trying to have a conversation instead of remaining silent, he replied, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know not saying anything was a bad thing. The next day, I texted him about my stress. He simply replied, I understand. Later, during an unrelated argument, he asked, is there anything else you're upset about? And now I'm going to look for a home for my dog while you continue to bash me. He didn't speak to me for 3 days. For the record, I never told him to get rid of his dog. I said I can't take it anymore, and if he's too tired from work to provide proper care, we need another solution. We already have limited time with jobs, kids, 21 chickens that he wanted, and 3 kittens he recently surprised me with. Yes, 3 unweaned kittens that became my responsibility. I found a home for only 1. When I asked if he planned to scoop litter boxes, silence. Of course not. I didn't ask for any of this. I've grown resentful toward both him and Gregor. Every time I mop or vacuum, I'm in a bad mood for the rest of the day, and I don't want to talk to my husband. I don't feel like I have a partner. It's a reminder of how little he appreciates what I do, our lack of communication and respect, how my needs and opinions aren't considered, and how he makes huge decisions without me. By the way, I hope that you always consider us when listening to your favorite podcast app, whether that's Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. We've got full episodes with more stories just like this one on there. Just search OK Storytime. Give us a little thought, consideration. That'd be cool.
That would be nice.
There is a little bit more to the story, but
I've realized something in horror movies. That in horror movies, the real thing that the filmmaker is trying to communicate is whatever is happening when the monster is not there. In this world, Gregor is the monster. You remove Gregor, okay. This is what's actually happening. Like
That's true.
in the movie Godzilla, did you know that it's I was talking to Angie about this, it's a feminist revenge movie because the protagonist is a woman and she's getting pulled away from, I think her fiance that's like this like war chief, her dad, and then this young guy that she's kind of fallen in love with. And every time one of them tells her, "Hey, you should do this with your life," the monster shows up.
Wow.
Godzilla movie are you talking
The
about?
first one,
Like the OG?
the OG.
What is OG?
Like the one in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's interesting.
I
Thing to
think
look into.
The monster is
Gregor-
in all of us.
yeah. So Gregor is just kind of letting you know, hey, I think this marriage is ready to, and you can't blame Gregor. Gregor was just put in the wrong place.
He's
Yeah,
just
he's
a
just being a
dog
dog.
who just
You-
had a
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't put a crocodile
an
in
untrained dog.
a zoo hoping it doesn't eat all the animals.
Anyway, so yeah, I totally agree. It's definitely not just about the dog, and she's realizing that. And good. That's good. But there is a little bit more to the story. So now I hope he does rehome the dog. If that's his choice instead of stepping up, that's on him, but it won't help our relationship. It'll become something that he holds a grudge over, making me the bad guy who forced him to get rid of his dog. So, Reddit, am I the a-hole for, quote, making my husband get rid of his dog? If you read this far, I truly appreciate it. And there are some comments. Comment number 1 says, OP, it is time to rehome your husband. Comment number 2 says, can't believe he got rid of Dougal. Worst mistake. OP says, this is the part that stood out to me. That poor pup was already established in his family, loved by the daughters, then was attacked in his own home by a new dog, and then tossed to the side for the new dog's comfort and the comfort of the husband. Yeah, that's huge. The first loved pet of a family should always take priority. I say this as someone who has an Attilian Pyrenees and who knows that she is destined to be a single dog for the rest of her life because she doesn't get along with other dogs. Cats, she's fine. Am I going to get one anyway? No! I made a commitment to give her a home first. If I brought an animal into the house that she could not get along with, unfortunately, that new animal must be rehomed. When you adopt a pet, you sign a contract with that animal to protect them. Bringing a new dog in that doesn't get along and is actively attacking your dog is a breach of that contract, and Gregor should have been rehomed, not Dougal. And damn what my husband says. My heart hurts for Dougal, honestly. Comment number 3 says, here's what's going to happen. You're going to contact a lawyer. The lawyer is going to help you quantify your contributions to your home through renovations. You're going to get on top of your finances and prepare for the divorce. They will help you draw up agreements for alimony, child support, and custody. You'll put together the information necessary to garnish these payments through the military in case it comes to that. Then you're going to take all the unwanted animals to different rescues. Now you'll be able to clean your home. Once you do this, he's going to lose it and leave you. You'll be ready to serve him with the divorce.
Yeah.
And boom, that's the end of that story. I confessed my affair to my husband because the guilt was too much.
It was weighing me down.
I'm 27 and my husband is 26. We got together when he was 17 and I was 19. One of those popular boys I thought was straight, and even if he wasn't, I figured he wouldn't give an overweight guy like me a second glance.
Oh.
He was a jock and I was chubby, but somehow we made it work despite all the hardships.
So these are two dudes.
Two dudes.
Two dudes.
By the way, this comes from Deleted, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/okstorytime subreddit. So, his dad threatened to disown him when he found out about us. My boyfriend told his father how much he loved and looked up to him, how he'd even enlisted because he wanted to be like him. But being into men wasn't something he could change or suppress. Even though he loved his dad, he chose me. We got married 3 years ago and moved into our own place. We split chores, got along amazingly, and have a good spicy sleep life. We make decent money. He earns comfortable mid-5 figures, and with the 7-day security details he's taken once a month, he hits low 6 figures. Those week-long assignments leave me missing him badly. So I try to distract myself. One night, my friends and I went to a bar where I met Maddie, who's 19.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
At a bar.
Uh-oh.
And you're not in Britain land.
Uh-oh. I also hope he's 27.
We're just talking.
He gave me a lot of attention, which confused me since I find it hard to believe anyone would find me attractive. We got spicy, and it went on for way longer than I'd like to admit.
Oh,
OP.
brother.
OP.
That man's not ripe
OP.
yet.
You suck.
You found an unripe man.
OP. You
Right.
suck.
He sucked.
Last week, watching my husband get excited about the plans we were making for when he returned from his next assignment made me spiral. After he left, I cried for 3 days because I felt like crap. You should. You should.
Because you were hitting the crapper.
Are you coming here for us to feel bad for you? Because I don't. You're a cheater. I cut things off with Maddie and decided to come clean, as you should. He came home yesterday before me. When I walked in, he was all smiles, cooking dinner. No!
Cooking dinner and then hearing bad news. Imagine cooking someone dinner and then immediately after hearing bad news.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He rushed to greet me with a kiss, but I said we needed to talk. Ugh.
Oh, good. We have food here.
He kept kissing me, saying we'd talk after he got a minute to admire me. We sat down. He held my hands, squeezing gently, waiting for me to speak.
Oh, gosh.
When I told him about the affair, he didn't let go, just loosened his grip and nodded. Okay, he said. He got up, ate dinner alone, then locked himself in our bedroom.
He still ate dinner after that?
Well, yeah, he's hungry. He's hungry.
I could
Comfort
not.
food.
Yeah,
I
Comfort
couldn't.
food.
No. If someone told me that, I want to throw up.
That's fair.
probably, yeah. This morning when I woke up, he was gone with all of his belongings. He won't return my calls or texts. I deserve this. I spent the whole next day crying about what happened and how stupid I'd been. I downed a lot of vodka and passed out.
Dang.
This morning, I woke up to noise in the bedroom. When I opened my eyes, I saw my husband getting dressed. For a second, I was convinced it had all been a dream. I'd never cheated, and that grumpy look was just because he hadn't had his coffee and cig yet. But no, my reality was different. He told me I looked like a mess and to shower before we were late. He sarcastically ripped into me for buying the cheapest vodka, telling me to get my taste back since I still had access to our finances. When I asked where we were going, he gave me the most disappointed look. Did he F your brains out so good you forgot my brother's birthday party?
So, okay, hear me out. I think he's willing to get over this because he's still joking about it. Or is this petty joking?
I think this is petty joking.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Yeah.
where you're kind of going at him a little bit.
No, I think
You're going to
this
get
is-
over it.
The thing is that I think right now it seems like he wants to maybe stay together,
Mm-hmm.
at least in the current moment. However, I don't think that he should, because he's clearly, rightfully so, very upset about this.
Yeah.
As I got up to shower, I noticed a small cotton ball on his arm. When I asked about it, he said his dealer was so kind to... I don't even know what that means. To give it to him after... Okay,
Yeah. Female hero.
Oh, okay, guys. Mentions of drugs.
Wow.
warning.
All right.
When I didn't react to his sarcasm, he'd explained he'd gone to the clinic to get tested. Very fair and smart.
Okay, so it was a joke.
It was a joke. Yeah,
It's a
guys,
joke.
it was a joke.
Oh, wow. He's really...
He's saying that he's getting tested for STDs.
So this is
Okay,
how he
great.
copes, everyone, with jokes.
We went to his brother's birthday party. My husband is the second of 4 boys. The oldest is 31. The youngest just turned 17. He's close with all of them, and his niece always says he's her best friend. Watching him play with her broke me even more, knowing I'd never see him as a father to our children. And that's your fault.
Yep.
That's your fault. Throughout the party, he put on a perfect act, talking to me, arm around me, smiling with those loving eyes he'd always have before I confessed. It was just a backyard barbecue, and after 3 hours, we went home. Sitting in our living room, I asked where he'd been the day before. He said he stayed in a hotel, went for a walk, got ice cream and an energy drink, and then sat on a bench listening to music and smoking. Then he looked at me. I was alone. Didn't have anyone with me in there. I knew what he was getting at. I asked if he had any questions about me. The only thing he wanted to know was whether I'd done this during his 5-month training deployment. I told him I hadn't. After a short silence, I asked if he wanted a divorce. Of course you'd want that, he replied. The streets are more fun than these 4 walls with me. I tried explaining that wasn't what I meant, but midway through, he gave me his typical, I was being half sarcastic look. Then he asked if I didn't find him attractive anymore. That made me tear up. I told him I found him very attractive, that he'd been the most amazing husband anyone could ask for, and this had nothing to do with his looks or personality or how he treated me. This was all on me for being a total idiot. I don't think you get to just say you're an idiot. I don't think you get to betray your partner who has been nothing but good to you and then just say, oh, I'm an idiot. You didn't do it because you were stupid. Like that, I think that gives away too much.
I will say, as a man, and I can speak to this because I'm a man and you're a woman and you know nothing about this.
Dang.
Okay.
Where is that?
I was going to say, sometimes you think with the wrong head and you do idiotic move because you're just thinking with your wiener head rather than your brain head.
Sure.
So you can be an idiot, but I agree. I
Yeah.
think you should add more words to idiot that you are.
I just don't think, I think that it like lets you off the hook. You know, it's like, oh, I just wasn't thinking. That's why I did it. It's like, no, you can't get off that easily. He said he wasn't planning on divorcing me just yet. Dude, no, divorce him. He was too embarrassed to tell his father after fighting tooth and nail for that man to still see him as his son, someone who'd grown up playing rugby his whole life, someone my husband loved dearly. He didn't want his mother to have a tainted image of me either, so he was planning something. He just needed time to figure it out.
That's sweet.
No. I asked what would happen until then. He said we'd have a marriage of convenience. I could continue living the life he provided, an even better one since he'd been taking more details for significantly higher pay, and he'd keep up the charade of being a happily married man in front of his family. I could sleep with whoever I wanted because spicy sleep was something I wouldn't be getting from him. Good. I asked if this was his way of saying he'd also sleep around. Shut up, OP. Literally shut up. You don't get to know. Shut up. He said his hand worked fine, and if he wanted someone else, he wouldn't deny himself the same freedom he gave me. When I asked if I'd be taking the couch, he reminded me of our rule. No matter how mad we got, we never slept apart. I don't know what's going on here. I brought up how he locked me out 2 days ago, and he said he'd unlocked it before bed. I just hadn't checked. In our bedroom, I noticed him checking me out, those same eyes he'd get when making a move. But instead, he went to the bathroom and returned in sweatpants and a t-shirt. He usually can't sleep in clothes at all. That small detail hit me hard. Before sleep, I told him I loved him. He paused, then said, I love you more. What is going on? He turned away and I spooned him, something I'd never done before. I'm taller than him and holding him felt strange, like I was suddenly the protector. I kissed the back of his neck. I wish you hadn't told me, he whispered. I would have been happier not knowing I was being made a fool. What is going on?
I don't know. I think he's trying to take the high road and be like the bigger person.
I hate this.
He's just trying to kill him with niceness.
I hate this. He fell asleep in my arms. I stayed awake crying, realizing I wanted to be better to undo the damage I'd caused. I would keep fighting for us until he told me it was too late. And there is an update. I freaking hate this. I want them to break up.
He's taking the high road, trying not
Divorce.
to seem like the villain, but he's thinking of something. But he's thinking of something to do to
Yeah, I think maybe he's planning to
He's
get
planning,
divorced,
he's
but
planning.
he's just like getting
making
everything
it
in order.
seem everything's good. We're still in
Yeah.
love. Everything's all right.
Yeah.
And then you're about to get hit because you broke his heart.
He broke
And
his
he's
heart.
not going to take that
And he didn't deserve it.
like it's nothing.
Update. A lot happened today while I was at work. My first priority was scheduling a therapist appointment, talking to my husband about marriage counseling, and starting to rebuild our life from the ground up. I got home before he did, arms full of groceries since I planned to make him dinner. 4:30 came and went, odd since he usually gets home around then. He finally arrived around 5:40 on FaceTime with his youngest brother. His brother was telling him how he'd been up since 6 a.m. waiting for Playboi Carti's album, which finally dropped 6 hours late.
Ooh, and he's definitely going to be upset with it because it wasn't that good.
He encouraged my husband to listen to it, but my husband said he had, and it was but. His
Like I
brother
said-
said, put OP on the phone. I want his opinion. And my husband replied, you think OP has the right to disagree with me in my own house? When his brother said, of course he does. What? My husband shot back, yeah, if he wants to camp in our backyard. Dude, this is so unhealthy.
Ooh, this
This
seems
is so
very
unhealthy.
controlling too. Now he's going to control you.
It baffled me how he could keep up this act for so long. If he wasn't a soldier, he would have been an actor. After dinner, he was doing the dishes when I poured myself some vodka. He immediately poured it down the drain along with the entire bottle. With hurt in his eyes, he said booze was destroying our marriage.
Yikes.
I think that cheating destroyed your marriage. He gave me 3 options: see a therapist, check into rehab, or sign divorce papers by Monday. I told him I had planned to suggest therapy anyway. He said it was about time I started thinking. Then he laid out all the times he'd had to babysit me while I was wasted. how he avoided drinking at events because he knew he'd have to drive us home, and how I always turned to booze in stressful times. He said he'd dropped hints for years but avoided being controlling. Looking back, he regretted not putting his foot down sooner. I suggested couples therapy, but he refused. We had to fix this ourselves. I told him how scared I was of losing him, of ruining his life. He said I hadn't even tried to build a life. Duchess Cassandra says what I'm thinking. I'm confused. Did OP have a drinking problem he hadn't mentioned? That's what I'm saying.
I think so. So.
Oh, well, Nina Nilsson says, well, OP blamed alcohol for cheating, so I see the point. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Then he grabbed my laptop and opened the novel I started writing in the summer, still stuck on page 60. He asked how I planned to be a writer without writing. I told him I had no motivation, and he said drinking myself to sleep was the reason. He made me sit down and write while he watched me.
That's okay. All right.
What is going on? I wrote a flashback scene of the main character's first kiss, a recreation of our own. He read it and asked if I'd really seen him as out of reach back then. I said yes. He called me a dumb butt for missing all of his flirting. I said I thought he was joking. He asked if I was serious about therapy. I promised I'd start Monday. He said he still wanted me, didn't want to throw away a decade together, and wanted to rebuild. He asked if I'd like to go to that fancy restaurant that opened last summer. I said yes, and he said he'd make the reservation tomorrow. It was getting late, so we moved to our bedroom. He went to shower while I wrote on my laptop. He came back wearing just a towel around his waist, and I couldn't take my eyes off him. I missed his touch more than ever. I hadn't been able to love him since before he left for that week. He lay in bed, saying his back was unaliving him. I put my laptop aside and told him to lie on his stomach. I massaged him for about an hour. Neither of us said a word. When I finished, I kissed his back and moved away. He thanked me as he covered himself with a blanket. He stared at me as I continued writing. When he said he was going to bed, I said goodnight. I love you, he said, and it made me freeze. I wanted to throw my laptop away and kiss him so badly. I felt like he wanted it too, but I was scared of making that move. I told him I loved him too, and we wished each other goodnight. I'm writing this as he snores next to me right now. I feel like I have a clear shot at this now. Getting my husband back is my priority. There's a second update.
Dude, this is not going to work out because, one, you betrayed him, and two, he's repaying you back by being very controlling.
Yeah, there's a second update. The morning felt slow, probably because I was anticipating our date. My husband was heading to the gym, so I made him sandwiches and sent him on his way. He came back, showered, and did chores, washed both our cars while I took care of the garden. When it was time to get ready, I felt butterflies in my stomach. Just watching him get dressed made my heart skip beats. He looked so handsome. At the restaurant, I told him he could drink since I'd be driving home. He said he wasn't in the mood for drinking, so we both had... What?
Spicy flour.
What? You guys are insane. He was excited to try some exotic curry, and I insisted he get something else with it. Something more suited to his taste buds. What are you talking about?
Talking about the Coca-Cola.
But he's always been stubborn as a mule. So naturally, I had to finish my meal and his because he didn't like it, then waited for the burger he ordered. As he put it, sushi is the furthest he'll go with unfamiliar food. We talked for hours, reminiscing about our past, friends we made and lost. He went on about ongoing drama between him, his best friend, and another guy in their friend group who was clearly a bad fit from the start. The only red-pilled dude in an otherwise open-minded group. And I hope you guys will be open-minded and listen to more full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OK Storytime. But there is a little bit left to the story. Do you have any final thoughts?
Seems like the husband likes where this is because he can guilt you into being a submissive partner.
Yeah.
And do whatever he wants with you now.
I hate this. Break up. OP's writing this like it's cute.
Yeah.
And even in the process of like actually writing it, like this is not just recounting events. Like OP's actually trying to write it in a certain style so that it's more cutesy. And I still hate it.
Yeah.
I maybe hate it more. Break up.
Weird.
Divorce.
I don't like it.
The conversation finally shifted to us. He asked how I was feeling, but I didn't want to dwell on that. I wanted to know what he was feeling. He said he was angry at himself and blamed himself for letting things get this far. I told him there was a zero fault on his part. He asked what I'd do if the roles were reversed. Before I could even think, he said whatever I was thinking was wrong because I'd never been cheated on, so I had no idea what turmoil I'd caused. He said when he was younger, he always claimed he'd never stay with a cheater, but times had changed. The situation was different. The betrayal was harsh, but he understood I regretted it, which was why he was giving me another chance. That, and because I came clean instead of him finding out on his own. I started to apologize, but he stopped me, saying what's done is done, and we needed to stop looking back and move forward. Needless to say, we made out on the couch for about an hour.
Okay, this was totally fanfic. I don't even believe that this was real.
I don't believe it's real. I don't want to believe it's real.
Someone just had a good time.
I want to believe that it's
writing.
fake.
That's
They
wild.
made out for an hour, and that's where he ended. Of course, he's a writer.
I don't
Of course,
like
that's
that.
where he's gonna end it.
I don't like that.
What?
You guys need a divorce.